What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Coffee Time with Clicking and Breaking. I'm one of your hosts, Clicking Cliff, with the other host. The Eagle has landed the number one, the true, the only black and white brown Swiss cow. How are you doing?
I don't even know where to come off from that. uh I'm confused. I don't even, the eagle has landed a brown Swiss cow. I don't know where to pick up on it or where to land off on it. I I'm hanging in there, Cliff. How are you?
All right, have you ever heard of the Eagles landed?
No,
Really?
no. And then you bring it into me being a cow, and it doesn't. I'm confused.
Well, that is our number one job is to confuse you.
Well,
I'm doing okay, Cal. I am working on a cave, and it's been frustrating.
hmm.
I I've got half built, and I'm going to tear it down because I cut myself short on the length of the incline. So
Hmm.
I've got to take it off, and pack it up a little bit, and we'll go from there again. But yeah, we're other than that, heck, dude, we're doing great. Um,
Nice.
I done some videos. We've been watching scary movies. Uh, hanging out, hanging out. Last Wednesday, I had a hell of a migraine, so I didn't even stream or do nothing that day. But we're back in it. Um, but yeah, that's about it of my week. I
Did you,
did, I
so
did.
so did you build anything new other than your cave?
Nope, that's all I built. As you all seen on the live stream, I did another habitat, which I showed on the mock of the week of last week's show.
So,
So,
uh, about the habitats, what are you doing these habitats for?
well, I do. There is a contest on Instagram, I think from Miss Bricks a lot or something. I don't know what the name is, but there's a habitat. I start the 23rd and it goes through the 28th. I'm supposed to
Okay,
post
I
one each day, and I already got all mine built. I'm going ahead and showing mine, but when you notice again, I'll be re-showing it with that hashtag in it around the 23rd. So I'm showing all of them off. I
so
got it built, but
I can kind of play off on this one because though I've known about you building these little habitat things, I did not realize you were doing this competition. But uh, this week, our good friend Hoarder66 and he pushed me to make my very first habitat, at which I have now made three, and I am in that same contest.
sweet.
did you
So
did you realize we're competing against each other? I guess.
game on. No, no, no.
Game on.
I hope you do well.
Well, I actually enjoy doing this. I built one, and it honestly went better than what I had thought. And so I had created my next idea, and of course that idea was better than what I think was the first. But I think these are something that I could get a hold of and
No,
just completely go off on my own tangent on, you know?
right. They're fun.
Uh, they're pretty fun, and I packed so much detail into such a small space that it.
Are you going to show it? Are you going to show it like I've been showing it on the stream for Monks of the Week?
I can, but I
I
have
don't.
made three this week. I plan to make a few more. I
What?
don't quite understand the whole thing because some of it says all participants can do. So is it like a drawing, or do we all get that prize? You see what I'm saying?
They pick a winner. You don't. No,
Okay, that's kind
uh,
of what Will and I
way
was kind of deciphering.
way I understand it. Now I could be wrong. And you all can go ask the person who's actually running this. You'll be posting one with the hashtag
Yeah.
each day from the 23rd to the 28th, and then the 28th you put them all together and take one picture of all of them
Okay,
together,
that makes sense. Okay.
and then They choose the winners or whatever. And I don't. I have. I do. I know that I'm not going to win because mine aren't that great. I just having fun doing it, and heck, might as well see.
They're original to me. I have yet to see someone else do it. So
Well, I think you should show it on Mock of the Week. At
I
least one
think,
of them. At least one of them a week. That's
and
all I'm
one
doing.
for sure I'm keeping. One for sure I'm keeping together. It's now my favorite thing ever. So I'll probably for sure show that one. Uh,
Sweet.
but yeah, I'm excited about that, and I kind of figured maybe you were in that competition, but I didn't quite know for sure. And then Will and I, Will is so good at this, and he's so far ahead of me, but is so good.
Is he
But
doing Star Wars?
no,
Wow.
surprisingly not.
Oh my
Surprisingly not.
goodness.
But
I think they're fun. They're little. I mean, it's the perfect thing to do if you ain't got much material.
yeah,
Like if you ain't got a lot of brick,
no,
and you want something built, and they take little to no room on a desk or on a shelf, even if that's all you get into.
and a little room, or yeah, a little space, or hold on, a little bit of detail in a small space makes it look so big.
Yeah. Well,
You know.
what I'm talking about, like if you got, if you, let's say your Lego room is your bedroom at the same, and you don't have very many shelf space for nothing.
Hmm.
You could do these little habitats and clean off one shelf, and
Hmm.
you could put a bunch of habitats in there,
That's true.
and you can have fun building and use your imagination. Now, my 4 out of 5 of mine are off of a movie.
Hmm.
There's one that I just came up with, so everybody will know the movies after I show them. But it's been fun. I love this Halloween stuff, and I last year I did Saw. This year I've done, of course, The Shining from Stephen King, and then the one the other day, The Poltergeist, with a light brick. I even put a light brick in mine.
Oh, that's a great idea.
So yeah, it was fun. If you haven't checked it out, it's on my Instagram. This week it's going to be my one that's not a movie, so keep an eye out. I usually post it on a Friday, so tomorrow
Yeah.
it'll be out there on Instagram if you want to look at it. Now, guess what else I got in the other day?
Oh, what's that?
Actually, as of this recording being dropped, it is on my video this morning. So after you watch this, go back and watch my video. I got a mail time from the minifigure club,
Oh, nah.
and and Miss TMC Heather asked for me to do it, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Heck yeah, that's awesome.
Uh, there's even a little TMC sticker on my thumbnail, so it'd be hard to miss. But you got some cool stuff in there today. I'm not going to ruin it for Cal in case he ain't got his yet.
No, mine probably won't be here for another week after you.
Well, you may not want to watch my video then.
Oh, yeah. I did see that somebody else in the community had already posted their video about it, but she's holding the video so that way
What,
the
what,
community doesn't.
now, way I understand. Now, I could be totally wrong. This was in one of those chats that everybody don't get the same minifigure parts. You just get the same, the stick, the
All this
magnet
is right,
sticker, and stuff like that. But
and you get the
minifigures
same
are different.
quantity.
Yeah, but you get the same quantity. You don't even get the same parts. The only part that you get that everybody gets is the monthly piece.
Yep, yep. Hmm.
So I mean, even if you've seen what everybody else got, doesn't necessarily mean that's what you're going to get. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Other
And
than the
sometimes
special
you get
piece.
double heads for each month that you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes back around. It happens like that.
So don't. I mean, when you look at, they're not really spoiler videos or
Yeah,
posts.
the only spoiler about it is the theming and the special piece.
Yeah, that's it.
But
And I'm not really sure what this special piece is.
but all that other stuff, it's your chance to be like, okay, this is what I got, or like the flash deals. This is because not everybody gets the same flash deal. You know,
Right, right.
so
I can't wait till next month. It's gonna be so great.
yes, and you got a special little gift for me again. So
I
it's
know, I know. It's going. It's fun. It's been fun.
yes,
Uh,
I'm glad you're liking it so far.
it's this. I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this, but I'm not stopping the subscription yet because I'm still kind of seeing what I get.
Yeah,
This month I got pretty good torsos that I could use in my castle layout, so
nice.
it worked out this month, and I could always use. Uh, there's two other torsos that I probably would never use, but nothing could say that I would never use it. You know what I'm saying? There may be something that I
Yeah,
got the torso.
it this doing this now. Oh heck, almost my 8th month already. I now have made specific spots for all my extra minifig parts and helmets
Oh,
and this
see,
and that because I've gotten so much that I'm like, oh well, these can be used down the way, or my kids can create their own figs or something. Like yeah.
well, you inspired me.
Oh
I'm
oh
gonna
well,
go,
thank you.
I'm gonna buy some of those little, I call them fish tackle box
Yeah.
plastic
Yep.
things, and I'm going. That's where I want the minifigures I get from them. I'm just going to break apart and just sort them that way.
Mm-hmm.
Put torsos in one little cubby hole, different colored pants leg. You know what I'm saying, and so on and so forth. And even do that for the accessories that I get. That way, and I'm going to sort my accessory drawer that
Yep.
way. I know what I have. It'd be easy for me to go get, of
And you
course.
can see it, and yep,
It's
yep.
not.
I
It's
like
not really a bad way to stock up on your inventory of minifigures if that's your thing.
hmm
Now, I understand it's a perk. I understand it's just the extra things, but I can do. I the stickers and the postcard. I don't even keep them.
Well, what if your daughter wants them?
I've asked. She took a couple of bookmarks, but that's
Yeah.
about it.
See. Yeah.
But I'm not complaining on the stickers. I mean, I'm probably I thought about getting a cork board and hanging up on the wall and
Do
have
it. Heck
some there.
yes.
But
Because not only that, if you go in on the challenges, you get extras. You get the extra little stickers and magnets and stuff, and then it's a whole collection.
yeah, well, like I said,
I
I'm gonna
got
take.
so many of these little magnet figs. Uh, and even I got TMC Heather and a few others that I won in the. I got 3 hot dogs. One came from Kevin Creamer, or I'm sorry, Hobby Hooligan. And so, uh,
Who's Kevin
uh,
Franklin?
yeah, I was like, wait a minute, that's not his name anymore. um,
I've got my magnets on my build desk here where I screenshot.
see, but so like I have some, and now my kids have some. You see what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
to each their own. You're right. You're not so much into them, but they put it in there as a whole, so that way those who there, you know, those who are,
I
I,
will.
I yeah.
I really.
Anyways,
I mean, they've inspired me on the magnets. I'm still considering doing away with my sig fig and just doing magnets on my sig fig, and because those are a lot easier to mail.
I know the people at home can't see me, but they will one day. I officially have my own magnet because of them.
Oh, nice.
So, but that yes, exactly. I want to do my minifig, or I want to do an updated minifig of mine because it's a construction worker, and I didn't realize that at the time. I was just trying to get a lot for cheap. You see what I mean? But um,
Yeah, I'm
I,
going to give me a face too myself because my face is no longer available.
yeah, yeah. So like, I want an updated version, and then that be my magnet. But like I did, I took the Brickable Cow token, if you will, the emblem, and it's now a magnet too. So
So who did that for you?
Triple D, thank you, Triple D. Um, okay, so tell me this. A little bit of a bump in the road here. Your store is still open, yes?
Yeah, he opened it back up, but
Okay.
dude, I mean, I'll try. I mean, he won't answer my messages. I don't know if he's mad at me, but no, I don't know.
Oh,
It's open for right now.
well, that works. I mean, you can only do as you can, right? But
Yeah.
no, that's awesome. I was actually kind of shocked because I still want a Cliffy hat. I definitely need a Cliffy hat. And a
Well,
Seffy hat and a Hobby Hooligan
well,
hat.
well. No, nobody's no. Way I understand, I guess nobody's even looked at my site or anything. So
What?
I was telling him, there ain't really a point in me having a store if nobody's going even looking around. He
How
told me
does he tell that? Because that's a lie. I've been in there.
I
I've
don't
looked
know.
through it. I've looked through it before I even got my store. Oh, maybe that's why. Because maybe it was. Anyways.
So I mean, I'm not saying, dude. I'm not saying this for y'all to go buy my stuff. I was just
Yeah, yeah.
I was going to do a charity stream, but I don't even know. I don't know.
Well,
You just gotta let me know if that's what y'all want. Because
to be honest here, I may be the only one buying my own merch. But that was the point in doing this. Well, somewhat of.
well,
So
I planned on ordering some of my stuff a while now. It's every time I get paid, something else comes up. I mean, I'm paying $750 on just on one prescription.
jeez.
So I mean, I'm not.
Just to keep us alive.
I can't even. I can't even look at the site to want anything. But I think I tried to tell him. I said, "Heck, just if nobody's in there buying stuff, there ain't no sense because he pays money a month to keep the stores open himself."
Ah.
And I told him there ain't nobody's buying if he ain't making nothing off of it or whatever. There ain't no point of him paying the monthly payment.
Mm-hmm.
And if I just need stuff, if somebody comes to me and wants stuff, I can just give my order to him. He can just go make it, and go through it that way. But I don't know. The merch thing is real. I mean, I understand everybody's hard on money and hard on times, especially this time of year. So
You hear that saw going in the background?
not really.
Okay, good.
But that's the reality of it. Well, I'm not, and I'm by no means upset at Triple D. We tried it. It just didn't work. You don't know till you try.
Not right now, son. In just a
But
little bit.
yeah, so that merch store, I mean, it's still open as of today. So if y'all want stuff, go check it out. The link is in most of my description of my videos. I did take it out on my videos that I already had scheduled when it was
Oh,
closed,
okay.
but you go look at my other videos. They're in the description if you all want to go look at stuff. But
Yeah.
okay, I don't want this to be a downer. Like I'm begging y'all to go buy stuff. That's not what this is. It's just that I was trying to do a little fundraiser for kids in the hospital with Triple D to give them Lego sets for Christmas, and that's what this store was all about. I wasn't going to make no money off of it. He wasn't going to make no money off of it. It was just for a charity for
Yeah. Yeah.
something, for
I.
kids. That's all it was. This merch thing was ever about. But
Oh, but I see
but
what you're saying. It takes a little bit of money to run this opportunity. I see what you're saying there. Yeah.
yeah, and but like I said, I don't know. There was something else I was going to say, but it fell off the tip of my tongue somewhere. Uh,
The
but
cat
yeah,
took it to the
I
bag.
like I appreciate Triple D for trying. And okay, this is what I was going to say.
Hmm.
This is real foreign for me. Okay,
Yeah.
And I've talked to Cal a little bit about it. He goes, "Well, you might need to advertise you got a store more." I'm like, "It's hard for me to do that because I don't want to ask people for any kind of money.
Hmm.
I don't want, I tell, I do. I said I do bring it up in one time stream. The links in the description and stuff, but I don't go out and post or make videos about my merch store or anything like that. Maybe that's where I failed Triple D at because I didn't go out and do all that stuff. But it's just because it felt real foreign to me because I don't want to feel like a salesman. My biggest pet peeve growing up is when salesmen come to the door trying to sell me a vacuum sweeper. I always try to act like I wasn't home. I didn't want to talk to them,
Hmm.
and I didn't want anybody that was in the jungle to feel the same way.
Right. Yeah, and
And
and you've said that the same way, in the same sort of sense about your monetization on your channel. You don't
yeah,
want to feel like you're charging your friends to do something or hang out, right?
and I could have felt that. I could have, I may have made my merch not do well because I don't like push it.
Hmm.
Maybe that's where I failed at, and I do. And if that's the case, well, I don't need merch. I can just get me a hat. If I want a hat, I can order a hat. I can order me a couple pins or whatever and hand them out at my own choosing. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like what
Hmm.
you did with the pin that you sent me and the hats. Just order them. And I still want. I would go through Triple D because he's a friend of ours, and I'd rather have my money go to him than anybody else.
Right.
Um, and that was the only reason behind this whole merch line was to do something. And I was going to do a live stream in November and try to raise some money for that stuff. And I was going to do a couple of giveaways. And if the store's still open, we will do it. I felt bad when somebody actually went to the store and they messaged me saying it's closed. I said, "Oh," but I think that's just a little communication that I got to get with Triple D on, and and if it takes, I'll pay the monthly fee for it if that's all it needs to be done. But
Yeah, it's understandable. You're very genuine, and I love that.
I'm not, I didn't know he was paying to keep. I mean, I obviously I know you have to pay for a site. I know that, but I thought he was just paying already for every other person he does stuff for too. So that he just added the store to it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know you had to pay for each specific store.
Yeah, I
So
didn't realize that either.
so
But
I need a Triple D, if you're listening,
we
come,
love you. We
we
really
love
do.
you. Message me and we could work out. I can, send you a monthly fee for the store, depending on how much it is.
Hmm.
If it's well expensive, I won't be able to do that. But I can throw some money to keep it open if we can get this done. But you got just message me. Um, but yeah, other than
I
that,
love I do love his work. He does very awesome stuff, and
oh yeah,
he's not only taken Sethi's logo, my green cow right there, but he's taken my logos that I've created and have made them to be like he does so great on every little thing that I have hats and shirts and pins and magnets and keychains. I have a keychain now. And oh, dude, I love it all. Like, he does such great work. And that's why I love that we have stores, that we have the availability, that people get good products. My children have shirts with my cow. Did you know that?
do
I'm so
what?
happy. My children have my shirt. My children have my Breakable Cow shirt.
Oh wow.
It is such a good feeling. Like, they look so adorable in them. And they got my hats. You know what I mean? Like, great quality of stuff. It's worth it.
Cool.
Oh, the TV's
I,
not working? Okay.
yeah, I was gonna order some stuff probably this next week, but
We will figure it out, Cliffy.
oh yeah,
Everybody's in hard times, dude. It's not just
oh
you. It's not just me. It's everybody. That's just the way the world is at the moment, you know. But I think though, you maybe not look at it as advertisement, but look at it as what you see it as your opportunity into giving a child a Lego set. Look at it that way. You see
yeah,
what I mean? Look at that more than you look at, oh, well, my friend is going to buy this and now they paid me money for that. It's not you. I understand that. But you see what I mean? I feel like that's more your mind frame on the whole situation. But look at it more as, yo, they helped me out. Like, I think that'll change your view on it a little bit, you know?
mm-hmm. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. I
Mm.
see that. That's awesome, baby. Good job.
But
Um
but
let's
yeah, that's what we're planning on doing. That maybe in November. Um,
Well, I know something else you could do to raise money for kids who want Lego sets. Uh, so sell me all your Legos for free. Yes, I said Legos.
well, that's definitely not going to happen.
Oh, because you don't have any Legos. That's right.
I don't know Legos. I got Lego. Legos.
Well,
Yeah, we. It's been like I said. Like what I just said. I don't want nobody to think that I was trying to.
no, no. I like what you're doing. It makes me feel like what I'm doing is a little bit lesser of the two. I mean, I make a small percentage off of it, but at the same time, it helps Triple D. You know, that's we're trying to help a friend, help a friend. I like the way that sounds. Help a friend,
Mm,
help a friend.
yeah.
What do you got planned on into this next week, Cliffy?
Well, work on this mountain some more. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know.
Wow. Are you using burps or mainly like pieces and slopes?
Well, right now I'm building up a brick.
Okay.
They go back and then slopes, but
Are you going
uh,
to add any burps?
if I had some, I would.
Dang. Yeah, and they're not that cheap. I mean, they're kind of cheap, but they ain't that cheap.
We'll figure it out. Um, if not, I should figure it out by now.
I think you need to call up your buddy over at. I mean, I could call up Will Arnett, Lego Batman, and be like, "Yo, like, give us some more burps. Tell Lego put some more burps in your Batman set."
Right?
In
I
the
don't know.
Batcave, dude. When they announced a Batcave, that was my vision. Was, oh, okay, we're gonna have a bunch of burps and slopes and like it would look like a cave. It looked like a rock feature. No, they gave me a freaking box.
Right? I don't know. I'm probably going to. I'm going to have to redo this mountain that I even started. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but we'll figure that. We will figure that out as we go.
Um, I was moving stuff around and found a box of what I thought was Lego Duplo, and it turns out it's Mega Blocks Duplo. Uh, my
Mega
question
bar.
is Mega Blocks Duplo, like big old weird looking blocks. Uh,
Hmm.
my question is, why would I think that? It looks nothing like the Lego Duplo.
I don't know.
But point being is I opened that box thinking, oh yeah, this is the Lego Duplo. I can build a big corner some odd and cover it up and then have a level, put that castle in the back, put it up. No, it's mega blocks and it'll be kind of difficult to do that.
What? Probably. I
So,
don't. I don't know what I'm going to do. Really, I may just scratch this whole idea. I don't know.
well,
I'm
was
but
it
I'm so far into it though.
that, yeah, was this a planned out thought or was it a last,
Well,
hey,
at the beginning, it was. I've been thinking about it and talking about it for a long time, and thought I had it in my head how I want it. But when I put it on, put the brake onto the plate, it go totally not what I envisioned.
well, sometimes you got to play with it a little bit.
You think?
Just saying. Yeah,
Uh, Cal, I don't know about you.
thank you. I don't know about myself a lot either. Some say I need therapy, as in myself, but my therapist don't even want to help out.
There you go. No, no. I've got another idea that I'm going to try. Heck, it's just Lego. You could be taken apart and put back together.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling everybody about the Batmobile. I
What?
keep using it.
All right. Well, I'll put out a challenge to you. I want you to build a bear.
No,
Why not?
I will cry because y'all don't understand how many scratches are on some of them pieces. I will literally cry. Do you know how many things I have to take apart?
So you're telling me no on your challenge?
Exactly. Do
All
you
right.
know how many different things that I have tiles and those the they're not too cheap, but the square Technic pieces on the inside? Yeah, I got those in different builds and stuff that are structurally holding stuff. Like what the heck? No,
I don't know about you, Cal.
I can't do that. Now,
There
give me a
was hope.
challenge.
There was hope for you.
Well, some little bit. Give me a challenge like building that big old jetliner airplane I had. Yeah, I'd love to do that. I've been thinking about doing that lately, but do I want to? Do I want to sit here and do it? Probably not. I don't want to find all the parts.
Uh,
You hear my son being a turd?
yeah.
Yeah, he's a good turd. They're both good turds. I went to their parent teacher conferences this last week. My son's first one being in school. And I was kind of shocked, but not. I kind of expected what I heard a little bit. Uh, Being that it is my son. Uh, and it kind of made me laugh sitting there listening in on this. A lot of what was told to me, because okay, so my daughter had the same teacher that he has for her for last year, and so she kind of knows us. She kind of knows the family a little bit. She says that they are exact opposites. My
Mm.
son is so like up and down and talkative, and there's certain people that he can't sit by, and I'm just thinking to myself, wow, that reminds me of every word I've heard in every parent teacher conference I had growing up.
I'll tell you what. I wasn't even allowed to go to my parents' teachers' conferences when I was a kid. My parents wouldn't let me. So
Really?
I would be at my grandma's house or somebody's house waiting patiently to see if I'm gonna get a butt whooping when they got home or a
Oof.
good job when they got come home. I keep on asking my dad. I said, "Well, I'm gonna be in trouble." He said, "Well, do you think you're gonna be in trouble?" I said, "Well, I hope not." It was, "Well, you should know. You're the one who is at school doing the work." I'm like, "Don't ask me them questions. I'll tell you I was a good boy. Then you'll get on to me for lying." But yeah, they didn't let me go. So heck, my mom would come home and say, "Well, you gotta work on this." I said, "Well, do we have to?" I don't know. I think a lot. I think good or bad, the kids are going to do what they're going to do.
Yes. Yes.
I don't
Kids
think
are
I really don't. My experience being a parent and me growing up, when my parents like okay, there was this, I forgot. I don't know. We use math
Uh-oh.
because that was one of my hardest subjects in school. And when my parents hounded me on, you bring your grade up, I stubborned up and I did worse.
Yeah.
I stubborned up and I said, well, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, just to prove a point, I guess. But I mean, now I think if they went to it in a different way instead of like forcing it on me, making it like a challenge or something, I probably would have tried a little bit harder. And my daughter's the same way. My daughter, she'll do something. I say,
Just as
hey,
stubborn as her dad, I see.
yeah,
Okay.
can you do a little bit better? And then she'll stubborn up and it'll be worse, just
Yeah.
to prove a point. And I kept, that's the way she was growing up and the way I was, and I understand other kids are totally different. Some, you could be a little forceful. Every parent wants their kids to make straight A's,
Yeah. Or at
but
least try.
but is that really going to happen?
Well,
I
that's what
don't
I
know.
mean. Or at least try.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. I try, but I mean, I think if a student's making A's in all their other classes and she's making a C or a B in one, I think that's you need to go in there and she may be having a real problem with that one class.
Hmm.
Now she's making C's in everything, and she's making straight C student. I don't know. My parents always told me, "Is that the best you can do?" And usually I say, "Well, no, I probably could have done a little bit better. I could have studied more. I could have done this and that." And he said, "Well, won't you try that?" But I don't know. Uh, like I said, I'm just telling you from my experience. Not, I don't, everybody's different. Everybody's situation is different. My dad didn't really care about my grades. My dad only had an eighth grade education,
Hmm.
but my mom, she was the one who, you know, wanted me to make A's and B's. And I did. I made a lot of A's. I made a lot of B's, and I didn't make a lot of C's. But C's are just the ones that I found the class boring, and I've slept through most of it. So I mean, I probably could have done better and made a better grade if I stayed up. But no, that class was so freaking boring, you know. But I don't know. It's just I don't
I
know.
never liked school as it is. I
Yeah, exactly.
never. So.
But even with my dad with an eighth grade education, he ran a business.
Hmm.
He worked as a welder, and matter of fact, he got on working for the FBI.
Hmm.
Well, not the FBI, but was it the explosion department where he built this big old pressure.
Bomb.
When some explodes, it measures the pressure of the explosions.
Hmm.
He built them, and he was a good welder. A lot of people say he was one of the best, so I don't know.
That's pretty cool. That's. I wish I could. I wish I could learn. I
But
wish
my
I
dad,
knew how.
my dad was a whiz at math, though. I think that's why he
See,
got mad at
oh,
me.
that's how my daughter is. They're saying that she's real good at mental math, but they're like, well, we need her to show her work. I understand that, but if she's that good in her head, let her be in her head.
Well,
Okay.
I always got in trouble for not showing my work, but I cheated half the time, so that's probably why they want them to.
Yes.
I mean, I lost train of thought.
That's okay. I understand.
Uh, but no, like I said, my dad was a math. He was good in math, and that's probably why he was so hard on me because I wasn't so great at the time. I mean, I was real mad. I was real ticked off. Like, who in the heck put the alphabet in the math equations? Ought to be thrown down a pipe.
Fired.
But I guess I mean it just is what it is. And when you show your work, a lot of people. That's why I think, in my opinion, teachers want them to show their work to see how they got that answer,
Hmm.
and maybe they could teach them. Well, this is how you do it. You know, correctly in case they have to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I get that. I get that because what's really ticks me off is I went to high school. I even went to a little bit of college, and I consider myself kind of smart. Now, I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the world, but I consider myself kind of smart. And when my daughter went to school, brought homework home, and she asked me for help, I felt really dumb.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel that way.
She come home and with these math questions, I'm like, well, this is how I do it. This is how blah 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 blah. Goes, well, you can't do it that way. We got to do it this way. I'm like, what? This is how I learned it. Hey, I don't know how you learned it. I didn't go to school. You did.
Right.
And everything's so different now. It was crazy. I was like, oh my goodness. I don't know how to help you, Haley. You might have to go seek tutoring. So yeah, it was total chaos. But we got her through it. She graduated high school, and now I wish she went to college. I think she would have done good, but she chose not to.
I chose not to either. I chose work. And sometimes I wonder what the difference would have been. Do I stay in debt or do I gain debt?
Well, I believe, I really believe, they say you go get a college degree, you make more money, which to the point I do. I mean, if that's the path that you chose for yourself to become a doctor, a lawyer, or what I'm saying, a teacher,
Yeah.
what if that's the path that you chose for yourself, yes, go to college, do the work, and you'll make more money. But me, I knew my life was going to be either a factory worker, because that's all or a farmer. And I didn't, I mean, agribusiness, I learned in real life, you know what I'm saying? On the job training. And that's the
Right.
best way I've ever learned was on the job training, using my hands.
Yep.
I could look at stuff all day long and not know it until I do it myself.
Right.
So
Yep.
when I chose the firefighting gig, yeah, I had to go to college. I had to get my fire 1 and 2, my EMT basic at the time. That's all I needed. And I had to do hazmat and get up to the ops level to be hired on. And then we had to continue education. And I did all that stuff, and it was pretty hectic. It was like, man. But then of course you did your book work, and then you did your physical training. And that's where I learned it all, is hands on. But I didn't make a killing. I didn't make. I mean, when I was working, I lived comfortably. You know, my wife didn't have to work.
Yeah, that's kind of the way I wanted it when we first had the kid. I wanted to be the one bringing in all the work or bringing in all the money. But
But
sometimes it doesn't work that way.
I worked on the fire department. I did a 24 rolling schedule. I was on like the B shift or whatever. Yeah, I worked 24 on, 24 off, 48 on, 48 off, and just kept
Wow.
rolling all the way. And those days off, I did odd jobs and made more money on the side. I I don't know how many sinks I repaired. Um, I built me and a couple guys got together and we built a couple decks for people on their houses.
Nice.
And we just did stuff on the side and made some extra cash. I took a job as a security guard on a few of my days I was off, and made extra money. My wife didn't have to work, but now since I had to retire medically, now she went to work, and I'm living off of, of my disability and a little bit of my pension money, which sucks.
Well, at
But
least you had something to fall on, you see.
yeah, it's not very much because I only was working for 20 years.
Well,
Now, if I kept on working to my retirement age, I would have had the 100%, and I would have been okay. But
oh,
so when I retired earlier than my retirement age,
that's kind of messed up.
it chopped it way low. So I don't get that much. But yeah, well, it's life. When life hands you lemons, you make lemonade, and that's all I've been trying to do.
I seen a post the other day that said, "When life gives you lemons, you make lemonades, like lemon grenades."
Yeah. Well, but no, everybody has to set their path on whatever they want to do in life. I
Yes.
believe, and sometimes you fall short, and that's fine. But you figure out how to recoup from that.
Well, that's what I was just trying to tell Rissa earlier was in life you go through it trying to experience things and learn from it. If you don't learn from it, you unfortunately have to go through it more and more till you learn from things. That's
Right.
just life.
And I'm just telling you from experience. I'm almost 50 years old, so I'm just telling you all from my life experiences. Dude, there's been a lot of times where I've been down on my luck, fall face flat in the dirt, and I had to pick myself up and I had to start over in life 2 or 3 times. I mean, even after the fire gig, I mean, got myself so much in debt while I was on the fire department. I mean, dude, I was almost homeless, and I had a job. I had 2 jobs,
Mm.
but you just have to pick yourself up and move forward. You got to get in that mindset. To me, of you know what, I'm going to have to deal with it. I may not like it, but there's things in life I got to do. Even if I hate it so much, I still got to do it.
Yep.
And I may be sore, I may be tired as all get out, but at the end of the day, I had to do it to provide for my family or provide for what I needed to get done. And I'm still feel that same way today, even though I can't go out and work, and I feel bad because my wife, she works her butt off, and so it's hard to get blood out of a turnip, right? So,
You and your terms.
well, I'm just saying you can't. I mean, when somebody asks me for money, it's like, well, good luck. And I'm like, now I put every time a bill collector calls, I just tell myself, if you call one more time, I'm going to take your name out of the hat of the bill who I'm going to pay this month. So if you want any kind of money, don't call again, or your name will be taken out of the hat. I mean,
Do you know
the,
who I am? I'm clicking mother effing Cliff. I will break your kneecaps.
well, I've
I,
always
that's
said
that's what I hear.
I've always said money, you can't take it with you. Now I've heard people say they can take your house. Well, they won't take your house. They would just put a lien against your place. So if you try to sell it, that's when they'll get the money. But I mean, I'm not for anybody to go in debt. I mean, if you pay your bills and all that stuff. But I write up medical bills. I just don't pay them. I only pay them when they call because I just can't afford. If I had to pay every hospital bill, every doctor bill, I wouldn't have a roof over my head or food on the table,
Hmm.
clothes on my back, and I tell them I said, well, you can go take me to court. You can do whatever, but my family's going to be having a roof over their head and food on the table before I pay you. You're minute, in my eyes. That's in my opinion. That's I've always knock on wood. Yet nothing bad has happened. I've been able to pay most. I pay payments on them, and that's all I can do. I mean, they can't. If I'm trying to pay them, they can't do nothing about it. Even if it's $10 a month, it'll take forever to get it paid off. So I mean, I'll pay it off as quick as I can, of course. But anyway, this subject got deep real fast.
Oh, it's been a deep one all day, bud.
Well, I hope you got your mud waders on. I feel I
Just
feel
started.
for I feel for everybody who has to go to the doctor nowadays. Oh my God, a dentist, eye doctor,
Yeah,
even a
I'm
regular
telling you
doctor.
right now, the dentist is a ripoff.
I'm telling you, I don't know how anybody in that's okay. If you're rich and got millions of bucks, you probably would be okay.
Right.
But people like me that don't have the $1 million, that dude, me and my wife had this conversation yesterday. I have a front tooth here that broke off when I was getting life support put in. It just broke off because they put that thing in there to open up my airway, and it chipped my
Ooh,
tooth.
yeah.
And I wasn't mad about it. Crap happens. And she goes, "Do you ever want to get that fixed?" I said, "Well, I can't afford it. Yeah, I'd like to get it fixed, but I ain't gonna be able to pay $2,000 to fix my tooth.
Right.
I don't. My dental insurance basically only pays for cleaning and just a regular checkup. That's all it pays, and a tooth extraction. I can pull it out, but it's not bothering me. So why, if it's not bothering me, why fix it, right? Um, but
Understandable. I
she
live my
she's
life
like
that way.
she's like, "Don't you want to get it fixed?" I said, "Well, yeah, I do, but I can't afford it. I'm not gonna shovel out $2,000 for that. I don't have it. Well, I guess I would have it if I didn't, you know. But
That's
even Lego, I don't spend that much money in a month's time.
that's like I was listening back on an old coffee time a couple weeks ago, and you were saying you go to the doctor's office and they make you wait and wait and wait, and then they want to charge you for it, and they do nothing for you. I remember this conversation, and then you said there was one time that the lady wanted your insurance. You said, hey, and you said something like, "Has the doctor seen me yet? Well, then you can get it afterward," or something like that. and,
Yeah,
and and I love it.
dude, I'm all for anarchy in the doctor's office. I mean, dude, you sit in a doctor's office for an hour before they see you. Okay, you sit in the doctor's office in the waiting room for an hour before you get called back. Then it's almost another 30 minutes before the doctor actually comes in the room.
Yep. Your time is
So
valuable. You're not wrong.
my time is just as valuable as the doctor's is. Okay, I get it.
Yep.
I understand that he's behind, but all they have to do is say, "Look, doctor's running a little behind." I'll be okay with it as long as they have some sort of communication with me. But they usually don't. They don't tell you that. They just tell you,
Yep.
"Well, have a seat.
They
I'll
leave you
be with
high
you in
and
a minute."
dry.
Dude, one of my friends said that they went there and they ended up wanting to cancel it or reschedule. Something
Hmm.
came up and they told them that, well, we're still going to charge your insurance. Or we'll still charge you for the visit because you didn't give us 24 hours notice. Well, I had the same scenario happen to me. They called me up. I called them up. I said, "I'm going to cancel it." Well, we'll have to charge you. So I went in and canceled some other plans that I needed to do and go to the doctor because I wasn't going to do that for free, right?
Hmm.
Well, a couple months later, same doctor. I had another appointment for the same doctor, and an hour before my appointment time, they called and canceled. And I said, "Well, I'm going to charge you. I'm still going to charge you for, you know, my time is just as valuable as theirs. And if they can't play by the same rules, why do we?" Now put
Exactly.
that. put that in your put that in the suggestion box. What's your? I mean, don't forget the suggestion box, people.
Yeah.
We did talk about Paradisia, so hope you enjoyed it. So if you want to hear some more stuff like that, make sure you put your suggestions in the suggestion box. So Cal, all right. Well, we've gone into doctor's visits. We talked about merch. We talked about life in
TMC.
general. We got about 4 minutes left of this awesome podcast. Is there anything that's really dying on your brain right now?
Food. Food is dying on my.
Food. I agree. Food's always good.
I haven't ate, and they closed my coffee shop because they're redoing their entrance because they got the dumbest entrance ever right next to it. They're literally wedged into a highway and a main street of this town, and the entrances are so dumb. So I'm glad they're redoing it, but so they're closed. So it's been a long day. I'm telling you.
Right. I don't know, something just popped in my brain
Oh,
when we were talking about not paying doctor bills. I'm not saying do not pay your doctor bills. Do not make them put a lien against your house if at all possible. I'm not suggesting that. My situation is I just can't afford to pay it. I mean, I just gave up. Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to pull it out of my butt? That's what the point I was making. I let it go. I said, well, they'll either put a lien against my house or take my check. One or the other. We'll figure it out when that happens. And mostly not, they'll write it off, or you have to pay $10 or $25 a month. And a lot of times I shut them up in my cases. So, and I tell you what, after being on life support for a month and being in the hospital for 3 or 4 months and being in a nursing home for another 6 weeks or another month or 2 months, whatever it was, my bill got. I mean, it was like over $750,000. So
oh,
how in the world am I going to pay for that? So I
right.
gave up on it, and I said, dude, I'll pay when I can. I can't. I mean, I got to have a house over my head. I mean, a roof over my head, and my family's and food on the table. That stuff will come first before anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, talk to me how we figure this out. And a lot of times, when you talk to them, that they work something out with you, some way. They're not. They're not. I mean, so. But anyway, Cal, you got? You going live this week at all?
No, I'm supposed to work all week.
Supposed to work all week. I'll be going
My
live this
boss is going
Wednesday.
on vacation, so I have to work.
Well, I'll be going live again this Wednesday. Don't forget to come Sunday night. It's game night. So make
Ooh.
sure you may come and play a game with us, 8 p.m. Central on my channel. We do got, uh, then after that, we have hangout night, then another recorded podcast. Hope you all enjoyed all the other clicking and brickings. But yeah, that's about it. Cal, I tell you what, Cal,
Hmm?
you need to put up a sentence other than moo. You gotta say have a moo-tastic day or something, not just moo.
No, that's not my thing. My thing is moo.
Oh no, we gotta come up with something cool.
No, y'all didn't state that at first. Y'all
Um,
stated I have to moo at people. That is what I do.
it's in the fine print. You not read the fine print?
Where's my lawyer?
A lawyer's not here. We fired him. We can't afford a lawyer.
Dang it.
I,
That's why I
I
got stuck with custodial job too.
custodial job. Oh, you're crazy. You are crazy.
This LIBN network, they don't pay you crap for what you do around here. You have to buy your own Lego. You don't get a paycheck. What kind of network is this? I'm
It's
stuck
the
doing
best.
everybody's job.
It's the best one. All right, you got any last words?
Moo.
All right, guys. Thank you all for joining. We will see you again Sunday night. Remember,
Bye.
everybody, keep breaking, clicking, and breaking.